Hey everyone, Aussie Viking. So, Disturbed, as you just saw from the intro of Down with the Sickness, it was great. Now, I didn't get a lot because they actually played a lot of good bangers that, as a Disturbed fan, I didn't really want to record. I wanted to enjoy it. So, yeah, of course I did. And that's why I'm like, hells yeah. Now, Disturbed is, I think for my generation, the ones that grew up, like, well, obviously 90s kids, maybe even 80s kids, Disturbed is like everyone's first metal band to an extent. Everybody's first metal band to one extent or another, especially in Australia, was Disturbed. Either because of heavy metal, new metal, because they weren't as crazy. It had a lot of dark, good songs and very out there and very technical. They weren't as dark and decrepit as some other bands, like Carcass or anything like that, but they were pretty good heavy metal. They were really jamming. They were quite mainstream to an extent. They've been Godsmacked, I think, although I'd argue Godsmack is slightly better musically. But then again, Disturbed does have some great bangers as well, so, And I gotta say, Disturbed has got to be one of the most interesting days I've had in a long time. I have work. We get some dickheads coming in, and these dickheads are terrible. They got the rat's tail. They are ugly as sin. They look like they fuck goats. Like, they are ugly looking mothers. And they're throwing shit, throwing balls at people and around. We ask them to leave, and they're just dickheads like, oh, no, I don't want to leave, right? So they leave, they come back, we have to deal with them again, like, all that shit. And I'm back and forth, doing a million different things, and like it was just a big cluster, right? So that happens at work. I get onto the train and I meet two friends of mine who are on the way to the Fringe, right? And they're going to go see a show that my partner is very much knows the show about. And I'm like, oh, you're going to love it. She's there. She controls it all. Like, she's amazing. They're amazing. Like, it's just going to be amazing. And I really sold them on the show. And they're like, hell yeah, awesome. We cannot wait. We're excited. Awesome. And I'm like, enjoy yourself. Have a good time. You're going to have a good one. So then that happens. And I get off the train, go onto the tram, and I meet a whole lot of drunk metalheads who are like, dude, you're awesome. I love the jacket. Oh, acid bath. That looks like a penis. Oh, man, Aussie Viking. What is that? Like, they're just fucking pissed out of their minds. And then one of them's like, goes off at another guy. What do you mean you hate One Piece? You can't hate One Piece. One Piece is amazing. And it's just like, what? I'm like, okay, what have I stumbled on here, man? What have I stumbled on here? So then that happens, right? Get on there. They're all drunk. They're like, I found my new friends, hugs and like all that. And then I get in there, right? I get in there, get my merch. I get charged $10 extra, so I had to like go back and say, hey, look, yeah, even though it's $10, that's money I can use towards Pantera. I was like, look, guys, just so you know, got overcharged. So yeah, and they're like, we don't have a refund policy, so give us your phone number and we'll call you back. I really hope they do, but if they don't, But I'm just like, okay, cool. Get all my gear and stuff that I bought. Head on in. Get down. I'm in the general admission. Walk to where I want to walk to. And next thing I know, this other guy comes in and just beats the shit out of this other guy who's standing there. He's like punching him and grabbing him, trying to get his neck. And his other mate's like, yo, bro, don't step in, eh? And then it's just like, what the fuck? And then the guy gets away, and then people stopping this other guy and like talking to him, and he's yelling and he's angry, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what the hell kind of day am I having? And then obviously, like, the first band's playing, they're pretty good. They're like a metalcore band. They did a good job. Can't remember the name. I think it's War something or Warpath or something like that. Good band, very metalcore though. Not the biggest metalcore fan. I don't hate it. I think new metal was better if you count by the subgenres of metal, but I still enjoyed it at times. So I was like, alright, cool. And then Disturb comes on. I'm sitting there. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. And I'm just like, the entire day that I had is just so out there that like, you could probably tell on my face that I'm tired as anything. But it was a hell of a day, as you can tell. So, yeah, that was my day. It was weird. It was good, but it was weird. Anyway, let's get on to the Disturbed. All right. First of all, we'll go by what we bought. Well, what I bought. I bought 5 things. One being the hat, because of course they had a hat. They didn't have any patches, which again, what are bands doing? I like the patches. I want the patches. Why can't you guys have the patches? I doubt Pantera will have the patches in the next few days, but it doesn't matter. So Disturbed, the back your Take Back Your Life tour. You know, they've got like the little thing on the side, which looks like the Cheshire Cat. Very different backing, you know, little metal thing and stuff. It actually doesn't feel too bad. It's a bit stretchy. And yeah, it's not a bad cap, you know, it wasn't bad. It wasn't worth the money it was worth. But I thought, screw it, it's Disturbed. Yeah, some bands I'm going to spend some money on. And trust me, when I get to just Pantera, I'm going to be spending some money. So yeah, not a bad cap at all. I don't hate it. I like it. I might not put it up there. I don't want it to fall down, so I'll put it with my rest caps. Then I got a bandana because I'm thinking about getting bandanas, and I've been thinking about getting bandanas in general and like hanging them up on my walls, which I haven't actually done much of. You know, like hasn't like not many bands actually have bandanas, and even then I can always just wear the bandana. So I thought, screw it. I should have bought it. The first reason, funny enough, a year ago today, or a year ago this time last year, I saw Megadeth live, and they had a bandana, and I'm like, why didn't I get that bandana? Like, I guess I could, like, put it over my head, or, you know, do it as they do it, and, you know, I'm a pirate, or whatever it looks like, you know, it's not too bad. I can rock a bandana, you know. I played Red Dead Redemption. I know how to rock a bandana. Get away from me, COVID. But yeah, not a bad bandana, not bad, and you know, for the price, not bad. $15, I think it was, which is actually pretty good. So yeah, not gonna hate on that. It's really cool art too, and I can, even if I don't want to wear it, I can always just hang it up. So I like that. I'm gonna stick it back terribly in here. But they had some good stuff. Next up, which is almost kind of obvious, is this. It's the stubby holder. Pretty cool. Got the face mask, and it's just got Disturbed on the side. My only issue is there's nothing underneath, and like this is my Megadeth one I got last year on the 21st, and it's the 18th. So yeah, pretty much a year ago, same thing happened. But like, you know, that one had that, and this one doesn't. So I don't know. A bit dumb, but it's thicker. It is thicker compared to, you know, definitely thicker. So I guess that's a positive as well. So, you know, Cial. Solar is the best thing to drink when you feel dehydrated. So, well, water is, but shut up, Solar is better. And then I got 2 shirts, and these are the best shirts. I think these are the best shirts. And I'm sorry for all the wobbling, because I am also very tired as well. Been working a lot lately. Mad March for a reason, guys. Mad March for a reason. So I got 2 shirts, and these were the best ones, I think. They had like they had like the other ones where it was like a symbol color and almost no like information, and I kind of hate those. And they had like a jacket one, but that was like $120, and I'm like, it had the same art as one of these other ones that was on the t-shirt, and I'm like, yeah, nah, I'd rather not do that. So I got this one, which I thought was really good, because it's, you know, his head and stuff. That'd be a good tattoo, actually. Like, it's him getting, like, ripped apart. Kind of very, like, Mortal Kombat Scorpion style, which I really like. And then, obviously, the back, which is Disturbed 2024, and having all the bands and stuff, like, where the bands were. Which I like. I think that's really cool, and I shall wear that. Absolutely. And then this one, which I think is the best one, and this is what this image on the start at the front was on the other one, which is that. So him, their mascot was on the that picture of him is on the back of the other one of the jacket thing. And then you got the back, which looks pretty good too, like pretty badass. So this is the best one. This is the tour shirt that everybody got. Like, yeah, nah, nobody was gonna say no to that. So all of that stuff is great. How was Disturbed? Okay, the first band sounded good too, metalcore. You know, go through that. Disturbed sounded great. They played all the stops, all the good songs you wanted. They had things like Stupefy. They had things like Indestructible. They had The Game. They had, obviously, Down with the Sickness. They had a lot of them. They had the Vengeful one, you know. They had a lot of good ones. They had a lot of mix from their other albums. And then they had, like, a lot of the new one, which is okay. I don't hate the new albums, but I like their older stuff. And they did, after playing, like, 2 or 3 songs from their newest album, they went back and did their older stuff. Even the cover they did of Sound of Silence, which was a beautiful, like, we're all there and it goes dark and they bring out, like... they bring out a piano and then 2 ladies with like violins and stuff, and you're like, and a cello, and then you're like, what the fuck? And then you realize, oh wait, yeah, they did that cover, duh. And they sound all untidy. I will put it on the end of this video because of course I recorded it. They had a lot of good songs. They sounded great. David Drummond, whatever his last name is, David sounds amazing, and he still does. Like he hit a lot of the notes perfectly well, and I had no issues whatsoever. I thoroughly enjoyed how he did everything. He did a fantastic job, and every bandmate, every band member got to shine. He brought in like a lady to do a duet, which was good, and I think she even did a cello or something. They did a drum thing where they had the drummer come out and just whack a drumming solo out sort of deal, which was amazing. The bass player did the same thing, and guitar player, they just like, they shredded and stuff, and they did some really cool ones. The bass player did a very tall sounding riff, and I was like, that's actually, I freaking dig that shit, man. That needs to be in a song. That needs to just be an instrumental song, because I dig it. And then, like, halfway through the show, they did something that I really loved, and I thought this was amazing. So, halfway through the show, David comes out, and he has, like, he does this, there's this whole thing about demons and depression and anger and suicide. And then he does a whole video talking about it, because David, for those that don't know, he actually had a partner who he really loved. She committed suicide, and he came home one day and he found her body. Like, I think that's what Into the Fire is based around, and I think he always plays it because obviously he loved her. And I mean, that would, like, if that ever happened to me, I'd fucking go crazy. I don't know what would happen, because I'd feel lost and destroyed. And I mean, I could only imagine what he went through, you know. So David really is fighting for your emotions and depression and just getting through it, and that's what he does. Like, he did all that, had the video, which I'll play as well. I'll play it now.
It's up to us to show them that they aren't alone, that they have nothing to be ashamed of, that we understand, and that we will fight with them for them. For those who know who are waging this internal war, the time to be a true friend and advocate and to intervene is now. To hesitate is to lose a chance to save them you may never get again. The list of those who have been taken from us is full of those who were so loved, so talented, and who are now so very sorely missed. And are not only those who are close to us, but also some of those who are close to you. As we consider each and every one of you, our brothers and sisters, our blood, to be our family, with pride to our home.
as you can see, it's very powerful stuff. And then he went into this whole long song about demons and stuff, which I'll put on at the end, after Sound of Silence, because I really think, even though I like their harder stuff, those two thematically were amazing. And like, I and many others in there have gone through depression and anger and just substance abuse, and it was really good to know that you're not alone, because he says that, he goes like, guys, you're not alone, put your hand up if you had like depression or substance abuse or both. And then we're all putting our hands up, and we look around, and literally everybody in that room, or at least in the mosh pit, had their hand up, which I thought was a very powerful thing. And he's like, you are not alone, we are together in this, we are all. And at the end of the show, he's like, we are all disturbed. And I'm like, yeah, we are, and that's okay. Yeah, it was a really good and really eye-opening sort of band, where it's like, you don't have to feel alone. And even though you may already know that, it's a bit different when you're having fun, you're letting all your demons out, you're letting all your anger out, like moshing around and like letting it all out, and then somebody actually comes and talks to you about it. It's really interesting. And then he brought somebody out from, that was a VIP, of course, you have to pay VIP to get to that position, where you had a chat with them, and they're like, hey, what's your story? And he came out and told us a story where this guy comes out and he's like, look, I wouldn't be here today because the pilot died, gave me his liver, I survived, and Disturbed got me through that. Which, pretty good, pretty great, fantastic stuff. And it just really goes to show a lot of great things about who we are. And it was just very phenomenal, He really got certain songs like Into the Light, where he's like, when we do that song, get your phones out, put the light on, and you just pan around the entire area, and everybody had their lights on. It was very powerful. Like, Disturbed was a very powerful one. And I know how I said last week Mr. Bungle was the best, but this was close. I still think Mr. Bungle, as raw energy, as a raw live show, was the best of 2024 still. But Disturbed is very good in terms of an emotional value, and I think in terms of both musical and emotional value, it slightly edges it out. But I mean, it depends why you go to gigs. Do you want to go to gigs because of the emotional value, or do you want to go to gigs because you can rock out and have fun? Like, that all depends on who you are. And we'll see how Pantera goes. I'm quite excited for Pantera in a couple of days. Yeah, that's gonna be sick. So yeah, Disturbed didn't really have a mosh pit. I was pretty far away. That's why there also wasn't many videos or photos, because it didn't, like, it was hard. A lot of people, hands up, in the way, their own little phones up. I had to like really go around and try to just bring it all together. So there wasn't much, but we did still rocked out. We had good, and yeah, it was a very interesting day. It was a very interesting band to see live. Disturbed was amazing live, and I have no issues whatsoever with at all how the day went, sort of, and just how it all became to be, like, yeah, it was a journey. Like, that's the thing. Seeing Disturbed live was a journey. The whole day was, and I just, yeah, it just gets me, honestly. It was a fantastic, very 10 out of 10 day. All these things that I never had control over, and it just made me happy. It really did. But yeah, all I can say is Disturbed was great live, fantastic scale, good, good stuff to buy, kind of overpriced, some aspects were, but look, I mean, that's what you get for these sort of things. If you got the money, you'll spend it. If you're a big fan of Disturbed, you'll love it. If you have that nostalgia and that love for Disturbed as a band, you're going to love it even more. My inner child came out, had a lot of good flashbacks of my childhood, just closing my eyes and listening to these songs as I did when I was a kid, actually brought back some good memories, which I have had, to be fair, with other bands. I have had that happen as well, when it's a song that I listen to a lot from my childhood. But Disturbed was definitely like baby's first metal band, but they still rock and roll, and they're still great, and you can love them as much as I love them. I really do love them. Now if only Godsmack would come here, please. But yeah, I'm tired, need to sleep. But yeah, Disturbed was fantastic. It was a hell of a day, hell of a journey, and I loved every second of it. And this is Aussie Viking out. I shall see you all in Valhalla. And you know what? Rock and roll, talk to your loved ones, love them, don't push anybody away, and just make every memory you can. And tell the people that you love them, because fucking better. Anyway, Aussie Viking out. See you in Valhalla.
old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left unseen while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to golden light, when my eyes were stared by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. In the naked light I saw 10,000 people making people talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs and voices never shared. No one dared disturb the sound of silence. Oh, said I, you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words and all I did you. Take my arms and all I did you. But my words, like silent raindrops fell, echoed in the wells of silence, and the people bowed and prayed to the neon god. In the silence down in his water, and the words of it was spoken. In the signs and the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls, and tenement halls, and whisper in the sun.